Doctor Who Dark Water, the 11th episode of Series 8, is written by Stephen Moffat and starring Peter Capaldi and Jenna Coleman. Apparently they removed previews from DVD that was sent to reviewers. There was a bit of a leak of Missy's identity, but it got removed. I remembered before Series 8 got released, there was rumours that the Master was going to be in it, but I didn't know it was Missy until this episode came, which I will get to. This episode begins with Clara phoning Danny, trying to read the notes on the wall, but all of a sudden it went quiet, which is because Danny died. He got hit by a car, just like Pete Tyler, which is really sad that he dies. So while Clara is waiting for the Doctor to answer the phone, her gran came by, the same one from the time of the Doctor. Clara says it's boring, which something is going on here. After the Doctor answers the phone and the title sequence, Clara finds all the TARDIS keys that the Doctor hides them, sleep patch, and requesting the Doctor to take her to Volcano, so Clara can put the Doctor to sleep, drag him out the TARDIS, lock him out, and get the Doctor's attention. She really does anything to get Danny Pink back, and every time the Doctor refuses and said no, Clara just throws the TARDIS key away in the lava, which is a really powerful scene. When I first saw the Next Time trailer with Clara saying you will never step back in your TARDIS again, I was like, what? Something is really serious going on here. After Clara threw the last key away, it reveals it wasn't a sleep patch, it was dream state. And well, they're back in the TARDIS. Hooray. Jenna Coleman's acting is spot on, and you can feel her grieving over Danny. There's a great line where the Doctor says, "Do you think I care for you so little that betraying me would make a difference?" No matter how bad Clara is, the Doctor forgives her, which is nice. Peter Capaldi always gives off fantastic performance. Meanwhile, Danny's in heaven, Neversphere, Afterlife, Promised Land, whichever you want to call it, and he's in the office and getting interviewed by wonderful Chris Addison as Seb. I really love that character, he just goes for it. Seb decides to take it slow on where Danny is. He asks him if he's ever been cremated. There's iPads and Wi-Fi in Afterlife, which is cool. As soon as Danny finds out where he is, he has a panic attack. Samuel Anderson's performance is fantastic. The Doctor and Clara arrives in the corridor and sees the tanks with a skeleton in each one. As they're watching the information of 3W, Missy turns up, kissing the Doctor. Missy calls for Dr. Chang, so the Doctor and Clara can talk to him. The bit where Danny meets the kids that he killed was so powerful and dark. He ran off after when Danny tried to help him. Andrew Leung plays Dr. Chang, who works at 3W, and I think he's great, fun and likeable. Dr. Chang explains about dark water, which is pretty cool, where any organic thing can be seen under there. You gotta love the 12 Doctors line in this scene, like, why, was he an idiot? And can you just hurry up please, or I'll hit you with my shoe. Brilliant. Chang explains a bloke called Dr. Scarosa, a member of Scoundrels Club, who founded 3W Institute, which is an interesting backstory. When he plays the sound of voices of dead people on screen, the "don't cremate me" bit was pretty horrifying, especially when you think about it. The feelings of being burnt and melted, which I can't explain how painful I can imagine it would have been. So later Clara and Danny phones each other. Clara doesn't want Danny to say "I love you" because everyone can say that, but in order to prove that's Danny, he needs to say something only he knows. But he said "I love you," so Clara hanged up. Danny cried, and Seb let Danny make a decision if he wants to delete his emotions. Crikey. Dark water is draining from the tanks, and they're revealed to be Cybermen. The bit where the door closes with Cyberman eye shape and with the Cybermen theme is really clever. I really get goosebumps. Missy turns out to be the Time Lord, or Time Lady. So the Doctor and Missy walked outside of St. Paul's Cathedral. They're in London, and there's Cybermen patrolling, and the scene where they're marching down the steps where St. Paul's Cathedral is, a similar scene to the Invasion 1968 serial, which is a nice homage, and also Cybermen in Mausoleum is compared to the Tomb of the Cybermen, which is a nice callback. In the end, Missy reveals to the Doctor that she's in fact the Master in female form. When that episode came out, my friends came over. Me, my family, friend, his brother and mum were watching together while we're having tea, and we were mind blown when Missy said who she is. We're like, what? It's the Master! We haven't seen the Master since The End of Time, played by John Sim, which is nice that they brought the Master back. Michelle Gomez as Missy is amazing casting. She's evil, nutcase and entertaining. A lot of people knew the Cybermen were going to be in it as the scene on set in London, and they had to use automated dialogue replacement for the Doctor and Misty to avoid spoilers and more leaks. I really loved this episode, it's my favourite Series 8 episode. What did you think of Dark Water? Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.